Harvey Dick. Yeah, Harvey Dick is a piece of shit. He's on my list. That man should.
Harvey better believe it, Harvey Dick is a piece of she's on my rundown that man ought to be prohibited for life that is expectedly Henry Garcia has come in the most fierce and wrecking way for Bill Haney and Harvey Duck. After the spilled sound tape, between them more clear this was a piece of craftsmanship that he did. And I can't stand that man did you figure he ought to have halted the battle hellfire definitely. And he has wished every one of them a lifetime restriction from the game, as they denied his child a more vehement success. I mean, everyone saw that. I'll give this much the principal round oak. I mean, despite the fact that Ryan, with Henry Garcia's most recent cases, the Haney and Harvey Doc, would probably be accepting their ascents soon in what looks for them is more hazardous than you can envision. The session between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia had one of the most serious face-offs in the new history of the game. And that wasn't a direct result of the contenders in question. But since of their folks, Bill Haney remained as the solitary champion behind his child, Devin Haney, having been isolated from his mom, while Devin was as yet a youngster on difference, says thanks to Ryan Garcia, had the two guardians stand by him. His mom assumed a steady part to his dad. As her face was scarcely seen, however, her presence was felt. She had a few quarrels with the Haneys during the question and answer session. In spite of not being with them at the table, he's going through a tempest that is all you heard. A profound fighting, my child, is covered by the blood of Christ. Don't stress over it. He will be great in any event. During the pushing occurrence at the Realm States building, Bill Haney and Ryan Garcia's mother had an exceptionally warmed trade of words, with Bill Haney promising to kill her child come April 20th, and keeping in mind that Bill Haney and his child didn't satisfy their commitment. Mrs. Garcia was solidly behind her child. As far as possible, genuinely, Henry Garcia is the most frank of the couple, particularly with his new verbal trap of Bill Haney and Harvey Doc anyway. That hasn't prevented his significant other from appearing, however much she jar of that, is the reason I call him Harvey Dick CU. He will be his numbskull, and I trust individuals. Let him know that I said so on the grounds that I will pursue it in the match against Von Tank Davis, where Ryan Garcia lost in the seventh balance. After a thump, his mother had a words to say regarding it in a video posted on a boxing YouTube channel. Ryan Garcia's mom showed acknowledgement of her child's loss, and the way that he acknowledged every one of the terms of risking his record. Lisa Garcia said, my child gave a valiant effort, and we acknowledged the loss without any reasons. She additionally discussed the significance of advertisers giving enormous battles to warriors thriving. Who cares, assuming that you get truckload of cash? They're actually going to cherish you all. They're actually going to cherish this game. Yet we won't adore it in the event that we don't get these battles, she said. After the battle, there was an endearing second between Ryan Garcia's mother, Lisa, and Javin Davis at the post-battle question and answer session. No doubt, obviously, we marked it. We will obviously satisfy what we marked, right, Ryan? Yet that doesn't intend to say that we don't believe as they represent the finish of their competition, and every one of the extreme dangers they traded to publicity up the battle. When Tank saw Lisa moving toward him, he quickly looked for her hug. In spite of Lisa's underlying evident obstruction, they embraced energetically. And afterward, Lisa murmured in Dan's ear. Tank's disposition changed to a quiet demeanor, as though he was paying attention to his own mom's words. Lastly, Lisa expressed farewell by gently contacting Devon Davis' jaw forward. And the remainder of his night anyway, Henry Garcia plays taken up the part of a dad and pioneer in his child's vocation. He has not just upheld his child in his vocation. He is likewise known to pronounce battle against his child's foes. And the world knows about their great victory of their latest adversaries, Bill Haney and Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia has gotten back with greater ruthlessness. A sound tape of Bill Haney and Harvey Doc was filled after the match, containing an arrangement. The two of them had that Harvey Doc contorted the match in Devin Haney's approval. And notwithstanding the way that David Haney finished the session with the absolute first loss of his vocation, it was obvious to all that the ref was just a little unreasonable. Numerous experts and allies emerged after the match to reprimand the directing, and not excessively lengthy subsequently. The sound was spilled, thus it's normal that Harvey Doc and the Haneys face the outcomes of their activities. Yet before then, Henry Garcia has jumped on both Bill Haney and Harvey Doc, like a lion would do to its prey, especially he educated Bill Haney on parenthood and rubbished the model he was laying for his child. Yet prior to offering these remarks, Henry Garcia had previously censured Harvey Doc following the battle when he was evaluated God, so ref was predisposition too. It was at that ref was predisposition. It was a wild in a meeting following the he said that ref was one-sided too, that ref was one-sided that was so little contrasted with what he said experience. How about we listen to him? Henry Garcia was consulted live, and he was told to offer his remarks in regards to the viral news about Bill Haney and Harvey Doc, and his remarks were to be sure blistering they can push off my child. One notwithstanding Bill Haney is a shame on the off chance that a dad my child has battled 26 fighters. And Devin Haney has the most dishonorable dad of every one of them. I needed to meet the ref after the counterpart for being so moronic. They maintained that Devin Haney should win so terrible they hauled it to the scorecards so they would control the outcome. And you saw it with the insane appointed authority that scored a draw well. I mean it resembles being holiday right now 'cause whereas yet cheerful we're actually praising you know he then. At that point, kept wishing both Harvey Doc and Devin Haney, who are the primary ones engaged with boxing and extreme discipline for their offense. Bill Haney is a bonehead to do that. I trust his child gets a boycott my child has Jesus. And he's perfect. Those folks are hoodlums. Their insane boxing is a filthy game, yet will continue winning. We're coming for them. All he likewise remembered to publicity his child as the new substance of boxing. Ryan Garcia, the new essence of boxing, is coming for all of you. And he'll tear your everything into pieces. The ref ought to at no point ever direct a match in the future. He ought to go sit his head in his little home. He can spend the cash Haney gave until the end of his life. And for Bill Haney, I wish him a protected excursion back to jail, Henry Garcia said as he closed his explanation. These came after a new live meeting where he was posed inquiries about the match, the ref, and the fate of his child's profession. When gotten some information about his inclination right now, he said, well, I mean it resembles being an extended getaway right now. Since we're as yet blissful, we're actually commending you know we're on a high. And we're truly glad that we discredited many individuals. And every one of his skeptics and critics, what not yet we realized from the start. So we're simply living it up right now. When gotten some information about his child's exhibition, having seen all his theatrics all along, he said, well, see, the issue is that individuals don't understand the historical backdrop of Ryan. You realize they see him as a YouTube star, Twitter. You realize anything you desire, anything virtual entertainment stage you need. To give them the issue is that individuals' discernment is easygoing. They don't comprehend boxing. They see what they see on television or on YouTube, though myself and